Graduates of the class of 2020, faculty and staff, and members of the USM community everywhere, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the University of Southern Maine's online commencement celebration. My name is Janine Uzzi, and I am honored to serve as USM's Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Thank you for watching this morning on this appointed day of USM's 140th commencement to join us in celebrating our graduates and their many achievements. Before we begin our online ceremony, please join me in standing for our national anthem, sung this year by Nicole Ponte, who is graduating today with a bachelor's degree in music performance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets with their bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Nicole, for that beautiful performance. We are very proud, as you know, of our USM School of Music, which you can see and hear attracts outstanding talent. Thank you again, Nicole. Now it is my pleasure to welcome James Irwin, Chair of the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine System, with congratulations from the Board of Trustees to the class of 2020. Mr. Irwin.
Greetings to you all from the University of Maine System Board of Trustees. One of the best parts of being a trustee is attending campus graduations and feeling the energy and pride that permeates the ceremony and lifts all of our spirits. This year things are obviously different. The traditional ceremony, from the processional to the awarding of degrees to the turning of the tassel, it brings out a genuine surge of conflicting emotions, openly expressed through smiles of joy, of pride, and of relief, and also tears of imminent farewell. But today we cannot have the fullness of that tradition. I think it's fair to say that we are all feeling a bit of detachment, not perhaps from the fact of graduation, but from the feeling of it. We can hear it, we can see it, but we can't quite touch it. But the compromises and sacrifices that characterize today in no way diminish the day's significance. Indeed, they augment it in a major way. For while no graduation is ordinary, each notes the achievements of a specific group of people unique to their individuality, distinct for the classes to which they will always belong, and sole possessors of a time and place in history when their hard work has earned them their recognition. Today's graduates richly deserve a special commendation. No one anticipated the events that would force our universities to send you home mid-semester, suddenly casting your final learning experiences into uncharted waters. But you should know that as surprising as the pandemic and its impact have been on your final semester, it is not at all surprising that you rose to the challenge, adapted to your new and strange circumstances, persisted in your work, and crossed the finish line you set out to cross when life looked very different just 2 months ago. It is not surprising because this is what Mainers do. We work together, we figure it out, we persevere. You should be very, very proud that you absorbed this unforeseen blow and then blew right past it. This was not the final semester you thought you would experience, and it's not the graduation you thought you would have. But the achievements we recognize today are uniquely yours, made all the more worthy of celebration by the extra perseverance they required of you. Of course, you know, we all know, that this was a team effort. Your families, your friends, each other, all helped make it possible for you to reach this milestone. And I want especially to express the board's gratitude to our faculty and administrators for their incredible work. For with almost no notice, they managed to convert most of our teaching from classroom to online. Their dedication to mission, which is first and foremost your success, has never been more apparent and more appreciated. Your success is theirs as well. We've never been prouder of all those who make our universities work, nor of the students for whom they do so. So once again, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, thank you for your display of Maine grit, congratulations, and best wishes for what lies ahead.
Thank you, Chair Irwin. First, I want to say you are seeing a celebration of our graduates in a history-making format. Never before in our history have we done such a thing, and we know that we are not alone throughout the country. I will add that you are experiencing what graduates since the 1400s have once hoped, that they could mute or skip forward through the long speeches before they actually got their degrees. But please don't do that. We have some great student speakers and a couple of fantastic honorary degree recipients who have a lot to say. Thank you all for, first of all, being here today. And let me start with a special thank you to the USM faculty and staff. Thank you all for working with our students to uncover their interest and prepare them for a future beyond the halls of USM, especially during the closing weeks of this academic year, when ensuring the health and safety of everyone in our community required us to teach, learn, and work remotely. In large part because of you, I am confident that our graduates will succeed in their lives and in their communities, just as you have helped them succeed here at the university. And to the students who are graduating today, I commend you for persevering during the tremendous challenges presented by the pandemic raging across the world today. I deeply appreciate how each of you worked with your professors and mentors to find innovative solutions so that you could continue your academic journey together. It's a special reward for your hard work and determination under incredibly challenging circumstances that you will experience multiple university-sponsored celebrations for completing your degree. It's a most welcome silver lining to a trying yet unique moment in our life and in our history for you and the university and our nation and our globe. Despite the hectic pace of completing coursework, accepting the congratulations of family and friends and so much more, commencement offers a chance to reflect on just what that special piece of paper you will receive represents. For more than half of our students and their families, it is especially meaningful. Over 50% of our students at USM are about to become first-generation college graduates, and alongside equally motivated classmates, fulfill dreams and aspirations with the awarding of this degree. It is history changing before your eyes. Granted, we are living in an ever more virtual world, but let me tell you, your achievements are not virtual. They are extremely authentic and extremely real. We will watch with tremendous interest and Husky pride as you find new and exciting ways to apply what you've learned for recovery from the tragedy of the COVID-19 experience and put that into service to a world and a community so desperately in need of your talent and your tenacity. Finally, amidst all the heartfelt appreciation that comes with the commencement, you have our gratitude for entrusting your education to us, for staying the course on our campuses in Zoom or other delivery methods, and for successfully crossing a finish line that launches your exciting and productive future. Before moving on to our student speaker, there is one more crucial group that needs to be singled out. Few of our graduates would have achieved their academic success without the support of the majority of people watching here today. In a very real sense, much of the honor of this commencement belongs to them. The parents, the grandparents, the spouses, the children, the friends, the partners, and the relatives of our graduates. To our graduates watching everywhere, please take a moment to thank these people for their love, their dedication, their support in helping you achieve this degree today. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our 2020 student commencement speaker. Each year, a committee of students, faculty, and staff select one student to be the commencement speaker, somebody who has the honor of representing and presenting their reflections on graduation. This year, we are most pleased to have Layla M. Hashi speak to us. Like many of her classmates watching today, Layla is the first in her family to complete a college education. Born in Mogadishu, Somalia, Layla came to the United States at a young age, grew up in Boston, attending public schools, and quickly learned English in a competitive home that placed a healthy premium on academic achievement. Her later move to Portland led her to graduate from Deering High School and enrolled at a local community college where she sought to find her true passion and calling. But it was a trip to her homeland that revealed to Layla what her future would be. While visiting a local television station and attending a live broadcast, she was suddenly aware that broadcasting and journalism held a certain fascination previously missing from her studies. Intrigued and curious, she enrolled in the communications program here at USM, a process so welcoming during orientation that she knew immediately she had found the perfect environment, and it was close to home. Especially meaningful was an internship senior year at WMPG, our local university radio station, where she immersed herself in a project that involved interviewing refugees in Portland. And she gained a new appreciation for the opportunity to pursue her newfound interest. It is a special quality of the University of Southern Maine that dreams like Layla's are regularly transformed into the kind of memorable moments and realities you are about to share with her. A broadcast launching her towards graduate school and a bright and promising future. And with that, Layla M. Hashi, Senior Communications major and future broadcast journalist, will deliver the 2020 Student Commencement Address. Please join me in welcoming Layla M. Hashi.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me today from the comfort of your homes. Ramadan Mubarak to everyone partaking in this beautiful time of reflection and giving back. I am truly grateful to be standing here before you for many reasons, but mostly because I am aware that not everyone is as fortunate to have this opportunity. Education is a privilege as much as it's a right, and today I'm going to share with you 3 stories about opportunities that impacted and shaped my life and led me to this moment. Coming from an immigrant family, going to college was a big deal. I remember the smile that rose across my grandmother's face the day that I'd explained to her that I was going to college. She felt at ease knowing her granddaughter would not endure the same conditions of poverty that defined her life growing up in rural Somalia during the 1930s. When I was 7, my grandmother explained to me how she learned to read and write at the age of 38. She expressed to me how disconnected and ostracized she felt from the world. In her stories, I could feel her pain. The day my grandmother picked up her first pencil and wrote her name, my grandmother realized the power between her fingertips. At the age of 38, my grandmother was given an opportunity. The second story I will share with you took place 1 year later, when I was 8 years old. My second grade class took us on a day trip to Suffolk University in Boston. I remember feeling nervous and scared that day. You see, the concept of your education continuing after high school was not known to me. As I looked around this huge campus, trying to better understand my surroundings, I was suddenly overcome with fear. So having these strong emotions running through me, I ran up to my teacher and asked her, "What is college? And are backpacks optional?" She laughed. She took me aside to explain that college isn't something mandatory like elementary school or middle school, but that college was something you attended if you wanted. As she continued to explain what college was, I felt a shift within myself. I no longer felt scared, but instead I felt hopeful about my future. At 8 years old, I'd realized I had an opportunity. The last story I'm going to share with you happened when I was 20 years old. I had the opportunity to go back to Somalia. For a girl who often lets fear control her, this was a bold move. For some reason, I felt brave and ready to conquer whatever that was awaiting me. But when I arrived, I was faced with challenges I had to confront. I'd realized I'd become comfortable and complacent in the life I had set up in America. In Somalia, I was surrounded by people who were fearless in the face of danger because they knew that life was too short to live in fear. There had been many times I'd given up or avoided important moments because I was afraid. What a shame, I thought while I was there, that I had let such privileges slip through my fingers. Opportunities that the people I was with would have never abandoned. So when my uncle approached me with the chance to watch a live studio production of the evening news, I understood that a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity was at my doorstep. Minutes into watching the production, I found myself falling in love with the idea of reporting. It was a crucial moment that crystallized my goal to become a journalist and inspired me to take every chance I could to get there. Looking back, I cannot believe I had come to this conclusion in Somalia, of all places. Had I been raised there like my grandmother, the goal of becoming a journalist or having any aspirations would have never crossed my mind. Being able to dream like this is a luxury. At 20 years old, I understood the weight of my opportunities. When I arrived in the States, I enrolled as a communication major at USM and found myself feeling fearless in this new environment due to the support I was receiving from faculty and peers. I partook in friendly debates at the Student Diversity Center while playing Laddu. I went on to have a podcast at WMPG where I got to interview refugees in Portland. I was able to study abroad and meet people from all over the world. All these opportunities at USM helped me realize that I was part of a community and drove my love for journalism and reporting deeper. My fellow graduates, if you are like me, a first-generation college student, you understand the rarity of opportunities. All of us know that opportunities surround us, but sometimes they are not so obvious. They can be silent. At times we are blind to them, and other times we cannot make sense of them. But one thing is for sure, we all need to be ready to receive the opportunities to come. Understanding the silent yet powerful opportunity that my grandmother, my sweet Ayeyo, was given at 38 impacted my childhood as it made me realize my privileges at just 7 years old. going on that trip to Suffolk and becoming aware of the educational opportunities available to me after high school made me, a young girl who comes from a low-income family, hopeful. Being in Somalia for many months opened my eyes to the responsibilities I have to leverage my opportunities for the betterment of others. As a journalist, I know it will fall on me to be the voice for the voiceless. My fellow classmates, we often think of opportunities as a way of moving ourselves forward, but they also enable us to be helpers. True opportunity is the chance to better ourselves every day so that we can become more useful to our communities. So before I go, let me leave you with this. Allow the opportunities that led you to this day play a role in helping you serve those in need. Be that teacher who empowers children who come from low-income family. Be that nurse who works 16 hours but still serves their patients with pride. Be that social worker who relieves the pain of mental health issues. Be that performer who eases stress away. Be that speech pathologist who acknowledges the importance of patience. Be that journalist who understands the value of truth. But most of all, be someone who recognizes that opportunities do not come knocking twice. So when opportunity does come, you answer it on the first knock. You swing that door wide open and you face whatever awaits you. Thank you, and congratulations, USM Class of 2020. Oh my.
Thank you, Layla, for sharing those wonderful sentiments with us. And now to the presentation of USM's 2020 honorary degree recipients. Each year, USM has the opportunity to confer one or more honorary degrees upon individuals with national or regional reputations for their scholarly, intellectual, or creative achievements, with a special emphasis on original contributions in their fields of expertise. This year, it is my great privilege to present the Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters from the University of Southern Maine to two individuals whose leadership in the fields of science and healthcare at this time are especially worthy of recognition. Our first honorary degree recipient is Dr. David Howes, President and CEO of Martins Point Healthcare of Maine. Dr. Howes began his medical career as a family physician, serving the small, rural fishing community of Stonington, Maine. This experience taught him the power of primary care in improving health outcomes and reducing the cost of care. He brought this philosophy to Martins Point Healthcare in 1989 as a primary care physician and has served as president and CEO of Martins Point since 1996. Deeply committed to the Martins Point mission, he has dedicated his career to creating a healthier community. A member of the American College of Physician Executives and the American Academy of Family Practice, Dr. Howes serves as board chair for the Alliance of Community Health Plans and on the boards of the U.S. Family Health Plan Alliance and the Maine Guaranteed Access Reinsurance Association. In 2019, he was inducted into the Junior Achievement Maine Business Hall of Fame. Dr. Howes earned his MD at Dartmouth Medical School in Hanover, New Hampshire, and served residencies in Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center, at the Medical Center Hospital of Vermont in Burlington, and at Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor, Maine. With the approval of the University of Maine System Board of Trustees, it is my privilege to present Dr. David Howes with an honorary doctorate of humane letters from the University of Southern Maine.
Congratulations to USM's class of 2020, and thank you for inviting me to share in your graduation celebration today, and for the privilege of joining you as an honorary degree recipient. Although my experience as a physician and leader of a local healthcare organization might normally tempt me to talk about the impact of the coronavirus on our community, I'd like to use this opportunity to share a more personal message. I know that, for most of you, the current pandemic forced an abrupt and early end to your college days. With no chance for real goodbyes to dear friends and trusted professors, you've been pushed into the uncharted waters of an uncertain future. Even more than the rest of us who are experiencing the upside-down world of COVID-19, you've probably been feeling disoriented, with a generous portion of disappointment, loss, and frustration. In a word, feeling adrift. Having spent many years at the helm of a sailboat, I know that feeling well. One minute, everything's going as planned. I'm making good time, clipping along in my charted direction, and then suddenly the wind drops out of my sails and I'm dead in the water. Every sailor knows from this point on, the journey will be different. I imagine that every one of you knows that from this point on, your journey will also be different from what you expected. This pandemic will not define you, but the experience of it will change you. And though you can't control it, you can learn from it. In the days ahead, some of you will continue towards your original destination, but you'll need to learn to tack back and forth to catch new winds that will get you there. Others will be pushed a few degrees off course, a small nudge that will eventually head you in a completely different direction. One you can't even imagine at this moment. As you each embark on the next leg of your life journey, I hope that you'll find the opportunities that always come with the obstacles and challenges that you'll encounter along the way. Through your hard work, determination, and intelligence, you have successfully completed your course of study here at the University of Southern Maine. Those same strengths will see you through these uncertain times and into a brighter future. I wish you all adventurous sailing, and again, congratulations on your accomplishments so far.
Thank you, Dr. Howes. And now I am delighted to introduce our second honorary degree recipient, Dr. Edison Liu, President and CEO of the Jackson Laboratory in Bar Harbor and Director of Jackson Lab's NCI Designated Cancer Center. Prior to leading the Jackson Laboratory, Dr. Liu was the founding executive director of the Genome Institute of Singapore, chair of the Health Sciences Authority of Singapore, and scientific director of the National Cancer Institute's Division of Clinical Sciences. At the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, Dr. Liu was professor of medicine, biochemistry, genetics, and epidemiology, and he directed UNC's specialized program of research excellence in breast cancer. His research focuses on the genomics of human breast cancer, the dynamics of gene regulation and cancer biology, and understanding the systems logic of cancer using breast cancer as the model system. Dr. Liu is the recipient of the AACR Rosenthal Award and the Brinker International Award, both for breast cancer research. The Public Service Medal from the President of Singapore for his contributions to resolving the SARS crisis, and the Chen Award for Distinguished Academic Achievement in Human Genetics. With the approval of the University of Maine System Board of Trustees, it is my privilege to present Dr. Edison Liu with an honorary doctorate of humane letters from the University of Southern Maine.
I want to thank you for allowing me to join you on this special day as we receive our degrees from the University of Southern Maine. I'm humbled by the fact that my degree is just that, an honorary one, whereas you have worked so hard and have truly earned this well-deserved recognition. I think we will all remember this graduation by its unique circumstances. It is commencement massively disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic. This infection tragically assaulted our public health and upended the world's economy. But at our graduation, we are also witnessing how human-invented technologies are lifting us from this darkness. Genomic sequencing deciphered the cause of this pandemic within its first week. This led to the immediate development of the critical viral tests that allowed countries like China, Singapore, and South Korea to effectively control the spread. And it's the same technologies that we're using in the United States right now. There are now scores of vaccines already being produced and even more drugs being tested to fight COVID-19. And it has been only a scant 4 months into the pandemic. Finally, the simple fact that we're holding this graduation virtually in the ether of the internet is a demonstration of how truly connected we are through these ubiquitous technologies. This web connectivity is how many of us are coping psychologically with the stringent but necessary social distancing actions we all must do. So I am happy to be here to celebrate with you this coming out into the world as graduates. We are emerging into a world where judicious use of smart technologies can overcome any hurdle and certainly will conquer this pandemic. Going forward, let's all be those conquerors. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Howes and Dr. Liu, for your messages of congratulations to our graduates today and for working with the University of Maine in this historic online commencement celebration. We are deeply honored to have you both be part of our ceremony in this way and to confer upon you the Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters from the University of Southern Maine. Now it is my pleasure to have Chancellor Daniel Malloy share congratulations to the 2020 USM graduates on behalf of the University of Maine system. Welcome, Chancellor Malloy.
Hello, my name is Dan Malloy, and I'm the Chancellor of the University of Maine system. I'm joining you today to congratulate you on what you've accomplished at the University of Southern Maine. You see, you're receiving a degree. You're joining a relatively low percentage of our total population here in the United States with such a degree. As a result, we'll be looking to you for your leadership, for your contribution in building Maine's economy or our national economy. I also want to thank you for the perseverance that you've shown, not only through all of your education, but most particularly the challenges you accepted to work through with respect to the epidemic that we've now are living through. I also want to thank all of your faculty, all of the staff, all of your fellow students who supported you in this mission. And I want to single out my thanks to your president, Glenn Cummings, for the work that he's done on your behalf, on our behalf, to make this institution better and stronger. Once again, congratulations on your success. I'm glad that we'll be in this together, making our national success possible.
Thank you, Chancellor Malloy. And now we will recognize and honor each individual graduate of the University of Southern Maine. Our graduates will be listed in order by each of our 4 colleges, and the deans of each college will share with you a message of congratulations. As you will soon see, some of the names are followed by asterisks. These denote graduation from USM with Latin honors. Those whose names appear with a single asterisk are graduating cum laude. Those with 2 asterisks are graduating magna cum laude, and those with 3 asterisks, our academic superstars, are graduating with the highest Latin honors, summa cum laude. It is now my great honor to present to you the 2020 graduates of the University of Southern Maine. Now, on behalf of the Board of Trustees and in accordance with the authority vested in me, I hereby proudly confer upon each of you, respectively, according to your individual courses of studies, your degrees, with all their associated honors, distinctions, and privileges. Please join me in congratulating the class of 2020 and our newest alumni. And now for the new members of the USM alumni family, we have a special welcome message from the University of Southern Maine Alumni Association.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. Love from advising.
Don't be afraid to fail. Take the risk, climb the mountain, and make your dreams come true.
I want to thank you for these last 5 weeks, for sticking through it, for giving it your all. We are not the first. We will not be the last to go through extreme times. Enjoy cake and enjoy kittens. And this is not the end. Commencement is a beginning.
Dear class of 2020, to quote Dr. Seuss,
"Oh, the places you'll go. We're always here for you, you know."
Congratulations.
From the team.
I want to tell the class of 2020 how proud we are of you. Your USM family, we see you. We know how hard you've worked to earn your degree and change your life and the lives of your families forever. And we can't wait to see what you're going to do next. So go Huskies.
Thank you to the USM Alumni Association for that warm welcome to our 2020 graduates. Again, my congratulations to all our graduates today and to all of you watching who made this achievement possible. To our graduates, I am grateful that you persevered in your belief that this recognition of your achievements would finally come and that there would be celebration in a time of strong uncertainty. You have made us very proud, and I am confident that you will go forward into the world and make us even prouder. Thank you for being part of Husky Nation. Thank you for being part of today's historic online celebration. And thank you all for what you've done to make this possible here today and in a unique celebration. I hereby declare this 2020 online commencement celebration be adjourned.
Loving every night and day, loving all our troubles away. You're gonna love